Good morning, you guys. It is so good to see you today. It is an absolutely beautiful day down here in the big garden. Man, just a few little clouds up in the sky. Bright sunny day. It's probably about 75 degrees this morning. Just absolutely perfect. But what I want to try to get done today, y'all remember we brought down these big old monster pots a few weeks ago, and I want to try to get those in the ground. And while we're looking at, let me tell you what I think the plan is. You know, when we cut the bottom off of this one here, we really lost a lot of the structural dexterity, integrity. I'm trying to throw out some big words today. Anyway, it's flimsy. So I don't think I'm going to cut the bottoms out of the others, but see here, see how flimsy that got when we took the bottom out. So I think what I'm going to do instead is just drill some holes in the bottom for drainage. A lot of them are cracked up too, so I think they'll drain just fine. We're going to bring the mini X. Okay, good. It's still over there. We're going to bring the mini X over, and I think let's just scratch down in the ground a little bit, recess them down in the ground and get them to the height we want, and then plant them. I think that'll just be a lot easier and for sure quicker, because it took a while to cut the bottoms off of these things. Plus, it tore up a lot of the blades on my DeWalt equipment. Now, another thing, Dad has been planting down here without us. He and Jesus have been down here planting some greens. They came down to grassroots not too long ago and got a bunch of fall veggies, so they're looking good. A few weeds popping up, but you know, that's just part of it down here in the big garden. But looking really good, man. His collards are doing great. Broccoli, he's got some kale, all kinds of cool stuff. So I think what I'm going to do first is go over here and get on the Mini X, move our pots out of the way, go ahead and excavate down a little bit, and hopefully not hit a water line, and see if we can get these guys sunk in the ground a little bit. Well guys, as you probably saw, Jesus took us a string and pulled it from this sprinkler down yonder to that sprinkler so we can keep them in line. And then we just removed about a foot of soil. We've got plenty of room to walk behind it. I think this is going to work out just right. We'll leave us a good little gap in between them, and that way you can easily access all sides of the raised bed. We're making some great headway, guys. We've got them all in position. We've got them all level. They all have holes drilled in them. Now what I'm doing is taking a little bit of this native soil. I'm gonna go ahead and fill them up about halfway. Then we'll come in and top dress, you know, with whatever we want, whether that be land and sea. We're gonna bring some of our own compost down, just get a real rich layer on top. And then I think we're gonna be good to go. Well guys, we kind of got sidetracked. If you noticed, the shade has changed up a little bit. A couple hours after we put the dirt into the pots, but I came over here and we had a little leak down in our irrigation line, which turned into an even bigger leak, so we had to dig all this whole thing up. Anyway, got a little distracted, but we had to do it. and get it repaired. But I said, you know what? I'm not gonna finish this video unless we plant something. So I ran down to Grassroots before they closed, went ahead and got us 6 bags of Land Sea compost. This one we filled up the most with just native garden soil. So I figure we'll cut these open and we'll go ahead and plant us at least one of these containers. But man, they turned out really good. I'm really excited to have these things. They're gonna be here for a long, long time because that is some really, really thick plastic. But check it out. Got them all straight, pretty much level. I'm excited. I wouldn't care if we go ahead and go down the whole, at least this side of the garden. We got enough to go all the way around if we wanted to, but at least I'd like to go down just this one side for planting things like garlic, like we're going to do today, onions. Let's see, we could do some rutabagas. You know, potatoes would be great in these. Tomatoes and things that are going to get up tall obviously wouldn't make sense to do it, but anything that's going to stay kind of low. Carrots would be another thing. But right now, let's get this Land Sea cut open. We're of course going to use our biotone starter to get us a good start. And then, just because I had it beside the biotone, we're going to come in with some worm castings from our friends up at Earth and Organics and give it a little bit of organic fertilizer. All right, let's get this nice and spread out. I think that'll be just about the perfect amount. We don't want to obviously fill all the way up to the rim, but this is going to come just a few inches below. I think that'll be just right. I think what we'll do, just to make things easy, let's just take and kind of broadcast our biotone, and then we'll just kind of mix it in with our hands. Get it good and incorporated down into the already loaded with beneficial microbes, the Land Sea. This will just help, and we'll have a big happy family of microbes down in this big old container. Now just kind of take and work that biotone in. I really like the size of these containers. I mean, I could reach all the way to the other side. I'm just excited we're able to find something out of the trash and make use of it. And they're gonna be here a long, long time. You know, the raised bed gardens, they do eventually rot, but these things are gonna be here for a long time. We're just gonna plant some of the leftover garlic that I had from the video the other day. And I'm kind of experimenting with YouTube just to see how it works. So I did a super quick video the other day on how to plant garlic. It's like 3 minutes long. Most of my videos like this one are probably 10, 20, and sometimes longer. But I was just trying to get to the point on that video. If somebody's just wanting to plant garlic in a hurry, you know, we'll see how that video does. But I'll get a little more involved in this one. So this is a soft neck garlic. And for us, we're in zone 8A. So for us in warmer climates, a soft neck garlic does better. You can grow hard neck garlic here, but it needs, I think it's called vernalization. Don't quote me on that. But it needs a chill period. So you'd have to keep those bulbs in the refrigerator for like a month to 6 weeks so that they get enough cold time, and then you can plant them. But soft necks, we can just throw them right in the ground. And I brought these home from Grassroots the other day. It's pretty cheap. It's only like $3.99 for, I think it was 6 bulbs. And so what you do is just rip the paper off of each bulb, exposing the clove. And so the neat thing about garlic is each clove will turn into an entire bulb after I drop it. But you always want to, most important thing is to plant it with the pointy end up. The garlic has kind of a hard time orientating itself. So if we were to plant it sideways, it would just, you might have a funky looking bulb, and it might just take a little bit longer to figure out which way is up. But it's a super cool vegetable because what you can do, or herb, is it a vegetable herb? I don't know. I don't care, I just love to cook with it. But the great thing about it is, you know, we plant it now in the fall, so we're October the 7th right now. We're going to plant it in the fall. It's going to grow a little bit. We might get some short green shoots coming out of the top of the soil. Then it's just going to kind of chill out the rest of the winter. Then next spring, that's where the biotone and adding the worm casting is really going to come into play. It's going to feed it, and that's when it's going to do most of its bulb making. And then we'll get some pretty good sized green growth on top. Then we should be able to harvest about June, July-ish, something like that. And so you harvest your bulbs, and then you can store some of them. Next fall, you do it all over again, and you can just keep multiplying your garlic and really, honestly, never have to buy it again. This is kind of the fun part for me. You just want to just take them like a Rubik's Cube and just kind of twist them. As long as you don't tear up the cloves any, they'll just be fine. But see, on the bottom of the bulb, you've got these roots here. And so each clove usually comes with a little bit of roots on it, but this is kind of the enjoyable part for me. Your hands will smell like garlic. You won't have any vampires around you for a little while, but I don't know, it's just kind of enjoyable. Yeah, why can't I talk when I press record? It's enjoyable for me to just sit here and bust the cloves apart. Now, we'll say these little ones, like this is a nice, pretty fat clove right here. These little ones are going to make little bulbs. So if you have anything that you want to cook with garlic, I would take these little ones and do that. We're going to plant them because I don't have any cooking to do this weekend, thank goodness. So we're going to plant them. Just know that the larger the clove, the larger the bulb of garlic you'll get next year. And look at this big old fat daddy right here, man. He's going to make a big old bulb next year. And dang, this one's got some monster cloves. Look at the size of those boogers. And this paper that we're tearing off the outside of the bulb, that's what protects it while it's underground. It protects the whole bulb. But see, you just get right in there. Try not to use my fingernail because I don't want to puncture it. But they just pop right out just like so. And then what I'm going to do, since we just put this nice land and sea in here, it's nice and fluffy. We don't even have to dig any holes. I'm going to plant it about 1 inch deep from this tip right here. And then we'll stay off of the outside of the container about 3 inches because we don't want, the bulb's going to form no matter what, but if something's in its way, then you could get a deformed bulb. Or if your soil is really compact and it has trouble forming itself, you can get some funky looking bulbs. But we're just going to stay, like I said, off the container about 3 inches, and we're going to push them down to the tip is about 1 inch deep. And it's going to be able to push up through this stuff. This is such nice fluffy compost. It should love it. I'm not really doing any type of measuring. I'm just trying to remember where I pushed bulbs. And stay about 3 inches away, and we're just going to come in and plant this whole container in a somewhat haphazard fashion. And probably what I'll do, I'll just leave my little indentation. That way I'll know where I've planted garlic previously. Man, it's so nice and easy to plant in this fresh compost, and the garlic should love it. And boom, there you have it, folks. Who knows what it's going to look like when it grows up, because I kind of forgot where I planted a few, but you can kind of see by the holes. I think we've got really good coverage. This thing should be slap full of garlic come next year. Now let's come in here. Let's get us a couple of handfuls of our worm castings, and we'll kind of top dress those. Man, it's so hard to do everything with one hand. There we go. Now I'll just kind of come up here and we'll just lightly top dress the top of the bed with some worm castings. Then I'll cover everybody up. And that is that easy, man. I love planting garlic and I love eating garlic. Now we'll just come in here and smooth it over. Covering everybody up about 1 inch deep. And voila. Well, how about that, guys? We actually got a project finished in one day. And we got a lot of irrigation repair done. I'm gonna call that a success right there. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm thirsty. I'm going to get me a cold beer. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and the more you know, the more you grow. We'll see you on the next video, y'all.